Okay, we're into our final section of After a Guilty Verdict, and we're looking at treatment of offenders. Now, our first study is going to take us back to cognitive psychology and look at if we can cognitively change offenders. Now, we've looked at the Same Now study, and we know that criminals have a thinking pattern, 52 thinking patterns, and we reduced it to hide with an extra E. Okay, so to quote the Joker from The Dark Knight, introducing a little anarchy, upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. Now, this is what he concludes. Can somebody who thinks this deviant, this out the ordinary, who wants to see destruction, can they really be rehabilitated? So what we're looking at is cognitive intervention. Can we rewire the brain? Can we turn a deviant thinking pattern, a selfish person who's out just for themselves? Can we change the direction of the arrow and decide to become a different person? So can we change their thinking patterns? Now, the person who does this is Cann in 2006, and it's a UK study, and she looks at prisoners within the UK system. If they receive CBT, will that help with recidivism? Now, she's not the only one to have done this. Quite a bit of research in this. Friendship in 2002, they conducted a study with CBT, and they had a 14% decrease in reoffending after CBT. So Jenny Cann's research really is to aim to see if CBT would reduce reoffending, and she's looking in particular at female prisoners. So this study focuses only on female offenders, and we've got 180 who are going through for CBT. She has a control group of 540 female prisoners who are not receiving CBT. Now, there are two types of CBT. You've got enhanced thinking skills, ETC, and reasoning and rehabilitation, R&R. ETC is a short program like most cognitive behaviour programs are, and it addresses thinking and behaviour associated with offending. And this includes things like impulse control, so resisting the urges, flexible thinking, so this is coming up with cognitive alternatives to solving problems, social perspective taking, so learning to see a situation from another's point of view, establishing moral reasoning, thinking about the right and the wrong, so think back to Kohlberg, reasoning, thinking about the consequences of behaviour, interpersonal problem solving, so how to settle disputes, arguments and relationship problems. So ETC is a short program. You're looking on average about 8 weeks, and it addresses all these different thinking patterns. Now, the rest and relaxation, the R&R, is a 35 session program, normally based intervention that targets consequential thinking, so criminal thinking patterns, interpersonal skills and pro-social attitudes. Now, the women received this treatment whilst they were in their sentences. This was part of their rehabilitation program within the prison system. But unfortunately, there is no significant difference found in reoffending after the CBT. In fact, the only difference they found was in the relax and rehabilitation group. They came back in the system quicker, so they reoffended much quicker than the ETC group and ended up back in the prison system. So a conclusion from this study and several others that follow and precede it, there is no clear evidence that cognitive defects can be helped in the prison system. Now, it could be to do with the environment, it could be to do with the shortness of the programs, that there are more underlying reasons why. And really what they point to in this study and what she can conclude is the cognitive defects with which many female offenders present are usually not linked to why they're offending. So we looked at reasons why females would offend, commit crime, and it tends to be more to support family. So that sort of thinking pattern is actually quite a healthy thinking pattern. It's looking after others. So maybe that's the reason CBT didn't work. The CBT that was used was based on a male program. Now they changed a couple of its like some role play stuff to make it a little bit more female, but it was based predominantly on a male CBT program. So this could be another reason why this